Hey, Texas Values friends, Jonathan Saenz here, president of Texas Values. We're here with Corey DeAngelis. He is a leading school choice advocate and voice across the country, and one of the leading voices, if not the leading voice in the state of Texas on this issue. We're talking about the school choice issue because we're in the middle of a special session here in Texas. We're about halfway through it, and school choice bill and the issue is the number one topic. Corey, one of the things we hear is the suggestion that passing school choice in Texas is going to have an impact in some type of funding or economic way on public schools. Walk us through that.
I mean, why would that happen is my first response. If you're doing a good job and the public schools are still an option, you should have nothing to worry about. You won't lose any students, you won't lose any of the funding. But secondly, the money doesn't belong to the government schools. Education funding is meant for educating children, not for propping up and protecting a particular institution. We should fund the student, not the system. But at the end of the day, the proposal is only about $8,000 per student. The public schools in Texas spend about $16,000 per student. If they're only losing about half of the funding, they get to keep thousands of dollars for students who they're no longer educating. So on a per student basis, they must end up with higher per student revenues and expenditures. I mean, just imagine if you stopped shopping at H-E-B and you wanted to go to Walmart for whatever reason, and H-E-B got to keep half your grocery funding each week. I'd argue that's a good deal for H-E-B. This is similarly a good deal for the public schools. They get to keep any money at all for students who are no longer there. And at the end of the day, competition is a rising tide that lifts all boats. Yeah. This leads to better outcomes in the public schools, not worse.
Well, and we know that the kids learn in different ways. We know so much more about that than we used to. And so a lot of schools have a way that they can really appeal to certain families and students that maybe the public school doesn't always have those options, even though a lot of times they do. Great website out there, txparentsmatter.com. Check the website out there if you got more questions and you want more insight on this issue of school choice in Texas.